Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm Azar Mathani, and as always, I'm joined by the wonderful Tommy Sondy.
That's me.
And the uncallable Tony O.
Morning, boys. Haven't heard that one. Well done.
Yeah, you don't tend to break your phone very often, so...
Oh yeah, we finally got that fixed.
You're giving me too much credit. I didn't break my phone, by the way. The battery just stopped all of a sudden. It isn't.
I have seen how you treat that thing. It deserves better.
Okay.
It happened at the worst time, so we missed out on all this great Tony tidbits we could have had and posts and.
Would you say it happened at the worst time? Would you say it happened at a very appropriate time?
I mean, it would have helped to alleviate some of the pain, you know.
Would it have? I don't think so. If anything, I think it would have exacerbated the pain. So,
Tony
make
would
his
never do
phone
such a
break
thing, right?
again. Make
nice.
his phone continuously break.
He's too nice. He wouldn't pile upon a misery, would he? Tony wouldn't do that.
I gotta tell you, because it's not gonna come up, or it may not come up. That Man United Chelsea game was so bad. It was so bad. I had to switch. I had to change the channel. As much as I was just seeing you guys struggling.
No. That's a lie. That's a lie. You were loving every second of it. It was so bad that you were loving it.
I'm
being
dead serious. I
you
switched
get off
to
on our misery.
Who did City? They lost in midweek,
Villa.
right? Yeah.
Villa.
I had to switch to Villa City. I was like, this game doesn't make any sense. Cause wow.
There's a lot doesn't make sense. Yeah. How are some players professional footballers?
That's what I kept saying. That's what I kept saying during the game. Like, I was looking at Jackson and I'm like, it's not. This guy's earning millions for doing fuck all on the football pitch. And I was like, nah, yeah. Wow.
I mean, before we truly get into the football, I do have a quick thing. You know, it's middle of winter, a little PSA about seasonal depression. It's tough out there for a lot of people. It's tough. You know, it gets dark at like 4:30 here in Canada. Make sure you check in on people. Make sure everyone's doing okay. Reach out to your friends and loved ones. And, speaking of seasons of depression, Man United.
I thought you were going to say reach out to your United
L.
and Chelsea fans.
Oh, check on them too. Check on your United and Chelsea friends too. We'll get to Chelsea, but let's get United out of the way first. The comedy troupe, disguised as a football team, rolls on. 3-0 loss at home to Bournemouth, and
this is Watford, isn't it? This is the Watford game of Ole's era. This is it.
Did
that
he get
game.
Sacked right after that?
Hey, you know
It
what?
can't get-
At least
it can't get
at least we have a couple of easy games to follow this up. Play against Bayern Munich and Liverpool next.
You probably turn up in those games. That's the worst part.
You know what? I don't think I need to be watching.
Yeah.
That Liverpool game, yeah.
The Liverpool game, no. The Bayern game, maybe. Bayern were embarrassed themselves this week, so
they're just going to take it out on us. You know this, right?
It is at Old Trafford. Well, you did lose at Old Trafford.
I mean, it doesn't
We
matter.
did just lose at Old Trafford. It doesn't matter where we play, Tony. The comedy troupe is in full flow.
I mean, that first goal is incredibly embarrassing. Like, it's a bad pass, I think, by Bruno Fernandes.
Well, so Bruno plays that little clip pass out. Scott McTominay in the replay is calling for that pass. Like, he's pointing to the area where Bruno passes into and then doesn't go for it.
But do you chip it into the center of your midfield? That's crazy.
It's not a good pass. So it starts with the pass. It's not a good pass. Like, it is a not very forceful chip into, like, no man's land. But at the same... But I'm like... Scott McTominay is also like asked. In my head, I was like, "Why has he played this pass?" And then on the angle in the replay, you can see Scott McTominay pointing to that area. Now, if Scott McTominay asks you for a pass in midfield on the half turn, should you be giving that pass?
Nope.
You should not.
He doesn't want it.
McTominay is just
he's pretending.
He is Marouane Fellaini reincarnated.
Yeah.
He is Fellaini.
But Fellaini would have elbowed the guy, man. Like, you're not getting away from it.
He is the same. He is the same concept.
He is the same concept. He's a budget Fellaini.
We messed up. We thought that Fellaini was just a player. He's more than that. He is an ethereal being that must always apparently exist at Old Trafford since Ferguson's retirement. So when we get rid of Scott McTominay, who's the next one going to be? Because
Suchek.
think about it. Just think about it. Stop and think. Have you ever seen Fellaini and Scott McTominay on the pitch at the same time?
Possibly. I don't know.
I don't think you have. We haven't, have we?
Okay.
This we have to see how far this goes, how deep this goes. Is Scott McTominay just Marouane Fellaini in a skin suit? We don't know. We don't know these things. There is no way
They
for
must have
us
played
to
Scotland
verify this
and
information.
Belgium against each other. They must have had a one game at national level against each other.
Fellaini hasn't played for Belgium in a long time.
When Tommy eventually gets his tattoo of Marouane Fellaini, like I've been begging him to get since 2016,
and McTominay
will
will
it
disappear.
actually be? If you if you look at it upside down, will it actually just be a picture of Scott McTominay?
I'm not gonna look at it upside down.
Who's to say?
Or
to
right
say?
side up.
Who's to say?
Yeah.
Who's to say? Who's to say? We
Uh-huh.
don't know these things. But
Yeah.
I've lost track. What was I talking about? The first goal.
I can't remember
But
who
yeah,
it was. He
it's-
just runs through your midfield. He runs through Scott McTominay, Fernandez, Amrabat, who looks 50.
Oh
the
my
guy
God, he's
looks.
so slow,
First of
yeah.
all, he's too buff. He can't turn, and he's so slow. And then Luke Shaw. Yeah,
I wish I had these issues.
I don't. No, you play football. You don't wish you had these issues. Like, he doesn't look like a footballer.
I'll tell you
man.
what. At least I'd be so buff that I couldn't turn.
God. And then who does he get across? Sri Lanka. I don't know who he gets across.
So
across
Sri Lanka gets across Maguire.
Oh, it was Maguire, yeah.
Oh my God. Like,
I will say Maguire, one of our better players in this game.
I don't think
Which
so.
is-
Really?
I'm
'Cause he
I'm
was
tired
at
of people
fault
saying
for
this thing about
couple
Maguire
goals there.
because he heads the ball away in his own box.
He made a couple of tackles.
actually,
Wait, look,
yeah,
he put in a 4 out of 10 when everyone else put in a 2 out of 10.
I mean, Ashley Williams pointed this out, that the reason you guys can't play out from the back anymore is that Maguire keeps hiding and pretending like it's someone else's problem, right?
Well,
Like,
it's also how do you play out from the back when you have McTominay in midfield and McTominay is starting every single game, and I am begging, I am pleading, I'm on my knees.
you don't have
screaming into the
anyone
void.
else. You don't have anyone else. It has to be him. Who else is there?
It's I don't
He
know.
scored.
Do you want to
goals
throw that
in
kid in
Chelsea.
all this? I saw him at Newcastle. He looked traumatized. Mainu.
It is abusive to put Mainu in there,
Yeah.
but he's so much better.
I mean, it could have been 5, right? There was a goal disallowed in this game. 2 goals disallowed in this game. One in the first half, which was offside. It was definitely offside. Sri Lanka scored in the first half.
Yeah. That one was the second one. I will be honest with you.
Shouldn't be.
I had
disallowed.
started doing. I had
Really?
started doing
I
chores
disagree.
around the house at this point, and I didn't even see the last one that got disallowed. So I genuinely cannot
No.
comment on it.
Look, if
I
you're
mean,
going,
his hand
I'll
helps
watch it
him,
back.
for sure.
doesn't. Okay, let me put it this way, right? I think by the letter of the law as it is, it should be offside, handball. I just don't think the law. I think the law is very stupid. That's all. Because no one in the United ranks calls for a handball. They just walk away. They didn't see it.
But,
Like it didn't help him, and it was ball to hand. But
like,
ball to
if
hand
the
doesn't
other-
exist anymore. So
Yeah, but if the
Was
other
it?
team
Was it
doesn't...
the goal scorer who's?
it was a
at the
goal
top?
scorer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're always gonna rule.
That's
that
why I
out.
said. That's why I said by the letter of
Yeah.
the law.
Letter of the law. Yeah, sure, rule it out. But everyone knows it's a pretty shit law.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of disagree. I feel like if it hits your arm and you're the one that scores it, regardless of how it does it, if it's intentional or not, I want to see that come back.
This is why this
Yeah.
law is very stupid. Because if it hits your hand and goes to the next guy and he scores, it counts. What's the difference? It's a stupid law.
I get that, but I'm just saying in general for the goal scorer. You know what I mean? Like that goal there, I have no problem, no issues with that one being called back.
But defenders now can handle the ball and stop it from going in. Anyway, it's okay. I just think it's a stupid law because it's one thing for the defender, another thing for the attacker. Doesn't make sense to me. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have that much else to say about this game. I feel like I say this like every week with Man United. I'm like,
It's Groundhog Day.
I've said everything, right?
It's Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
It's it's time for Ten Hag to go.
Is it? The fact that I am still watching these games live is
Dedication
really just
to the pod.
Yeah, it's truly. If I didn't have to come on and know I'd be questioned about it Monday morning, I don't know if I'd be watching games.
Is it time for, honestly, for me, I say it's time for Ten Hag to go, man.
It's Groundhog Day. It's time for Ten Hag to go, and another manager will come in. There'll be an uplift, and then the players will try and get rid of.
We'll get one season where we're like, oh, maybe there's something competent here, and then we'll go tits up again.
Ragnick tried to tell you guys what to do. You binned him.
Open heart surgery.
Yep.
It needs.
Get rid of him. 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 It would have been painful. You would have had to rip up contracts. Rashford's contract was about to expire. That was an opportunity. And you guys were like, no, you know what? We're just going to go back on our agreement. This is the results. Because which player would you keep now in that squad? Which player? I'd keep Garnacho, Mainu.
I like Luke Shaw.
I would get rid of Luke Shaw. I think you'd keep him because you need to keep somebody. But I don't think I don't see
play him as center back. Just,
yeah, he's not he's not good at
back.
center back. Yes, he's too slow. But anyway, put him at and Martinez.
He doesn't mark people properly at center back.
No, he doesn't.
It doesn't have that's just not his position. It's like if you put me at center back, like I played fullback all my life, I'm going to be worse at center back.
Yeah.
I had to play center back for a full half in a league game this summer, and Jesus Christ, I was so stressed the entire time.
I like center back. You don't have to run.
Yeah, center back is actually really easy.
I'll run. Don't make me look both ways. I like checking one shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Yeah. I'd keep 4 players in the squad. I'd get rid of Bruno too. I'd just get rid of everybody and start again.
At this point,
Højlund, get rid of him.
There is so little emotional attachment for me with this squad that they could get rid of anyone, and I'd be like, sure. Other than you get rid of Garnacho, Mainu, I think that would be insane. Yeah. I think they're both very talented young players who are still coachable.
Yeah.
But you could name literally anyone else. I've got no emotional attachment to this squad. So, I mean, it does make it easier to joke about them on the pod when I don't give a shit. So there's that at least. Keeps me still coming on.
Yeah, it's crazy. Sancho is still, a United player. It's just not even a factor now. And he's got 2 years left of his contract.
Yeah, there's talks about Dortmund maybe taking him back on loan or something.
He's got to be loaned this January, right?
But they're not going to pay his full wages. That's the thing.
No, they're not. No,
so they're just trying to get him out of Old Trafford.
Money.
That's,
Who will go first, Ten Hag or Sancho?
Come on, Ten Hag is gone. I don't think he's seen 2024.
I think the reason it hasn't been changed, he hasn't been sacked yet, is because the Ineos stuff has not been finalized.
Wasn't that supposed to be this weekend?
I have no fucking clue at this point. Whenever that finally gets finalized and they get control of the sporting side, as they allegedly will be, I think that's when the changes will start to happen. Until then, I think I'm just stuck in purgatory. Alright, joining me in purgatory is Tommy. Everton 2, Chelsea 0.
What's your excuse?
In midweek, we both were like, wow, these are 2 shit teams. And now you just got beaten by a team that my shit team beat 3-0. How do you feel?
Well, we were supposed to have a bounce back because the way it goes with Chelsea season is, we lose one, we win one. You know what I mean? There's balance. We lose against the shit teams, we perform against the decent teams. And Everton's actually been a decent team since they got their point deduction. They've actually been...
They were good before the points deduction.
And they were good before.
If there was no points deduction, they'd be
above you in the table.
They'd be above us. Yeah, 4 points above. Yeah,
that's crazy.
It is crazy. I agree.
And now you're 11th. You're not 10th anymore, right?
Oh, I thought we were 12th. I thought we were 12th. Yeah, it's like,
Let me see. I think you're back on page 2.
Page 2. It might be 12th.
Fulham and Brentford, man.
Oh my God! You're all together and you're the last one. God, that is nuts.
And we're probably the worst of the bunch.
Well, not probably. You are the worst of the bunch.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's kind of there's a It's actually a lack of emotion at this point. You know what I mean? Kind of.
And that's my point. Get your own fucking points.
No, I'm just gonna recycle what you said.
No, you can't recycle what I say.
So
You
I'm
are
just-
on the
I'm
same
just
points
numb to
with
it.
Bournemouth in 14th. So you could be 15th this time.
I mean,
next,
have you
well,
seen Bournemouth's
14th.
past 5 games? They're actually performing
They just
way
beat
better than
United
we are.
3-0. So, yeah. And
They-
Wolves are better than you. Like,
Man, what team are we better than? Can we
Nottingham
just have a list?
Forest. Nottingham
Yeah,
Forest.
are you sure? Are you
You're
sure?
probably better.
Yeah.
You're probably better than Forest and like the 3 in the relegation
And the 3
zone.
relegation guys.
So
yeah,
you're safe.
16th.
Actually,
place,
I
yeah.
don't know if Chelsea are better than Luton at home. Like Luton when they play at home
Well,
are actually like
yeah,
quite
but they need
solid.
to play away.
We
That's
beat
the problem.
Luton away though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So we actually did beat them. Yeah.
Yeah, you were good. You were all right then.
Yeah.
Right now, no.
Tommy,
Right now,
I need your thoughts on. So in the Chelsea United game, a Chelsea supporting friend of mine pointed out to me just the lack of decision making that you get in a front 3 of Sterling, Mudryk, and Nicholas Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
How do you? Because I know how I cope with United's bad decision making. It usually involves staring at my liquor cabinet at 10 in the morning. How do you cope with that? With Mudryk and Jackson playing together in particular.
Oh my god, that 4-on-2 counter attack was crazy. When Mudryk plays that pass to Bruno Fernandes, like, yeah, that brother is bad at football. He can't kick the ball. He can't shoot. He can't cross. He can't pass. He is bad at football. I don't know how.
He is worse than Dan James.
Yes.
You could have got Dan James for a
Absolutely.
quarter of the price.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You guys say that, but
Oh, no, do this. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Tommy,
Don't do
for your
this.
sake, don't do
Don't
this.
do
on the
this.
weekend, he was one
It
of our
was
better
rubbish.
players in the
It was
pitch.
rubbish on the weekend.
Compared to everyone else.
He had a
was
chance
actually better
to
than
go
them.
in on the keeper,
Yeah.
and his first touch took him backwards. The guy is rubbish at football. Don't do this. You just
Tommy,
lost.
that is just a damning indictment on the rest of the team.
That's what I mean.
Is he better than
I'm
Cole
not
Palmer?
gonna say that.
Actually, it doesn't. Why am I even calling Chelsea? You all suck.
Yeah, I don't know.
They
I'm
all
gonna
suck.
argue.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's quickly talk about Reece James because your captain comes back injured again. Like, has this guy played a full 90
No.
minutes in the
Yeah.
last 3
No.
months?
In the last 3 years,
Boy,
I don't think he's
played,
split.
30. I don't know. I don't know.
Because
the
he
stat,
got sent off against Newcastle, so he missed the United game. And then he
I-
comes through this one is off in like 20 minutes.
but at this point, like, I don't know if he's had surgery on the hamstring. I don't think he has. I think he's kind of just like done rehab. He should do surgery on a hamstring and go out for a year, whatever
But-
it takes.
But surgery on
at
a
this point-
hamstring doesn't have the effects you think it would.
I mean, but whatever he's doing now is not having an effect that he wants.
He
He's
just looks
getting
too.
injured.
Did you see the clip of him doing yoga with Harry Kane? He couldn't move.
no.
He could
No.
not move,
No
man. Like they
flexibility?
just laughing at him. Like there's too much muscle everywhere. The balance
Yeah.
is
I
too
mean,
off.
that's his something.
He doesn't look like a fullback, right?
Yeah, he's definitely had issues with his personal trainer calling out the Chelsea's training and all this stuff. So he's doing his own thing and that sort of style, and it's not working because he's missed a lot of games. By this point, I don't have any faith that he's ever gonna really come back and stay fit. I almost feel like, get rid of him at this point. You know what I mean? You can't rely on this guy to stay fit for a season, and I don't know, man. At this point, like I Chelsea, there's no joy, man. You know what I mean? It was like we played City.
Trust me, Tommy. I do know what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We played City. We played who was it? Liverpool. We played Arsenal. We had at least good performances. But then to do this eliminates all that good. I swear. You know what I mean? Like we just look so terrible.
What do you think
Like,
of
how could
Poch, by the way? Because
we-
I know you're not
I mean,
a fan.
I've never been a
So,
fan, but
yeah.
like I also don't think the thing with this squad is they're so dumb. You know what I mean? They're just dumb young players, right? And it's like I don't care who you get in there, right? it's not going to change. You're going to change anything. So actually, Pochettino is kind of like the one guy that maybe is the best suited for here.
The man is doing crossbar challenges with Mudryk in training and winning. Like, I'm sorry.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's
funny.
nuts.
Well, wait,
But
Poch was good enough to play for Argentina at a World Cup.
Poch is good.
He's-
I've seen him.
he's a good
Like,
player.
his
He's a
technique
good
is
player.
really high.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, if your coach, like, how old is Poch? He's got to be close to 50.
40
He's in his
something.
50s.
I don't think he's
Probably
in his
early,
50s. No.
late 40s, early
Yeah.
50s would be my guess.
Yeah, it's not great for your ego if your coach is constantly like, he keeps telling him that one day he will beat me and it will click. It hasn't happened yet, clearly, because he hasn't clicked.
So he said after the match, man, we really got to get back in the transfer market, sign more players.
Yeah, I saw that. It's
And
just
then
like,
it's like-
Yes, do it. Oh,
You know,
how much is
so-
Chelsea going to spend in January?
So what he should have
I'm
said.
excited for the transfer content they're about to provide us.
What he should have said is, we should have signed better players with the money that we had, and now we need to sign better players to cover for the shit players that we've signed. But
I don't
yeah,
think.
it
I don't
doesn't
know,
matter,
man.
It doesn't
Because-
matter because what'll happen is, you know what? I'm surprised that Bowley even has money. He's spending 700 million on Shohei Ohtani for 10 years. I don't know where's going to
Yeah,
get the money
Jesus Christ.
to even pay for Chelsea's transfer fund, because that's insane.
I think Bowley's
Crazy
checked out,
money.
man. When was the last time you heard him give an interview or anything? Like, Bowley's checked
yeah.
out.
He's
just-
done.
He's
He doesn't
bored.
care anymore. He
Yeah.
did his project at the start, sent all his money, all these guys. He's like, okay, now you guys have fun. I'm out. But I had more fun. I'll be honest. This is a side note. I had more fun on Friday because I was following the Shohei Ohtani. I don't know if is there no
Yeah, I was
So I was following this,
keeping
and
up
a
with
bunch
the
of
news.
Redditors had found that there was a private jet leaving from our airport in LA to Toronto, and they all thought it was him. So they were following this jet, and they were thinking, oh, Sportsnet, some reputable journalists are saying, oh yeah, Ohtani has a meeting in Toronto at 6 p.m. sort of thing. Turns out he never was on that jet. He never left anywhere. He never had any meetings.
So the
Blue
Jays
ball,
were apparently in for him. The Jays were apparently in
They
for
were
him,
in for
but
him,
like
yeah.
the max was like everyone was like it would be a maximum like absolute limit $600 million contract, and then the Dodgers outbid everyone by $100 million.
Yeah, it was
Insane money. Tony's leant back. He's like, they're talking about other sports again.
I'm only saying this because I had more joy following that and seeing Toronto get absolutely blue-balled than watching Chelsea. So yeah. Anyways, whatever.
You can come back now, Tony.
I can
We
come
we
back, yeah.
we
Tony,
stopped talking about.
we're gonna
baseball.
we're gonna move to Arsenal now, so we can talk about a team that's actually.
Well, I was gonna say, like, in the build up to this game, I had to listen to. I didn't have to listen to it, but I just came across Joey Barton getting flamed on Twitter, and I'm like, "What's the idiot said?"
Deservedly flamed for being a misogynistic prick.
And I gotta be honest, I am not surprised, just kind of disheartened with the amount of support he just gets for his stupid views, man. Like, his whole thing was he was starting with what do you call it, influencers getting opportunities, female influencers getting opportunities in football, and talking about qualifications, which, you know, it's just like. Then he starts talking about actual commentators, and he's like, they've done the hard work to be in that position, even though they've not played the game. And I'm just looking at it like, how is the argument? You're giving the same argument for and against two different points. I don't know. Did you watch the Piers Morgan interview at all?
Unfortunately, I did watch it. Joey, and all
Unfortunately,
it
it's the right
proves
one.
is it proves two things. One, Joey Barton is a misogynistic prick. We all knew that. Everyone who looks at Joey Barton for 3 seconds with his fake glasses and all that shit knows exactly what kind of guy he is. He barely has to open his mouth, and yet he does it anyway. Two, it just proves that Joey Barton has no actual listening comprehension skills, because he started going on about how Courtney Sweet McKirk, who was one of the co-coms on the Liverpool-Fulham game, misrepresented or mislabeled the technique that Endo used to score. I think it was the equalizer
One of
in
the
that game.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
One the last equalizer of that game. So he went on about how she misrepresented the technique, saying that Barton claimed that she said that Endo put his laces through it when he curled the ball, which is just factually incorrect. The clip I saw of the interview was clipped together by someone who immediately added on the clip of Sweetman Kirk's commentary, showing that she was saying that the way she described the goal was, she was like, most players would have put their laces through that, but Endo didn't. The exact opposite of what Barton said that she said. So this is just Joey Barton just being an asshole. And
it's fun.
And of course it's fucking Piers Morgan who gives him the airtime and stuff as well to go on and continue to be an asshole, because he started this rant on Twitter, and then he's going to use the same right-wing bullshit thing of being like, the woke mob is coming after me, this, that, when it's just like, no, you're just a fucking dickhead. That's all it is.
It's great to say he hasn't grown since he retired. Like, he was a prick as a footballer, and the worst part is he's using his daughter and his wife as, you know, some kind of shield, talking about how he wants them in football, this and that, and I'm just like, first of all, if you do, great, but that has nothing to do with you respecting their sex. That's about you protecting the Barton, like, that's Camp Barton that you're promoting. Your views on women are shown by your default views on women, not how you react to your daughter or your wife. It's just, yeah, whatever. The reason it came to my mind is, on the goal, I don't know if it was Sweetman Kirk that was commentating on it, but when Doucouré scores that goal, he uses his laces. And now initially the commentary described it as, because it wasn't clear what he used, because it was kind of out of view. It was a rebound. I think Calvert-Lewin had a shot.
Off to the side.
And then it broke to Doucouré on the edge of the box. And because of the accuracy of the shot, it looked like he placed it. But it was just, you could see, like, as a woman now, commentating on games, you're almost like commentating with a kind of fear of being criticized, because she was talking about how, does he use his laces or does she use the inside of his foot, and then you have to scrutinize the shot after to see what he used. And it's just like, people can make mistakes, even though that wasn't a mistake. People should be allowed to make mistakes without idiots like Joey Barton, who unfortunately have a platform, coming after them for just trying to do their job. It's ridiculous. This is a guy that had... Yeah. I don't know. Joey Barton, he had what? I saw something like he had more yellow cards or cards.
Appearances in Premier League, was that?
Was it appearances on goals? I think it was goals.
Was it
more
goals?
Cards than goals. Yeah.
I think, maybe that was it,
Guy's whole career was a mistake. Yeah, he's coming out.
No, he's rubbish. The thing he is best known for is just getting sent off in the game that City won the league in 2011. Was it the Aguero goal?
The thing he's most known for is just being an idiot throughout his career. Like, the guy went to France, came after how many months, came back with a fake French accent.
Tried his fake French accent at like Marseille or wherever he was.
Trying to sound cultured. The guy is fake, man. But
he's a joke. He is an absolute joke. And like, women in football, like, they always have a target on their back, even when they're like presenters. Like, look at how. Do you remember how Alex Scott was treated when she initially went on the BBC?
Yeah.
Like, the amount of hate she was getting on Twitter, despite being, and like, you look at some of the men that they have as one. I have to listen to Tim Sherwood every fucking week. Like,
former professional footballer, by the way.
He's been a manager at Premier League clubs, and he is fucking clueless.
Yeah, he's managing a cup final. Yeah.
Did you watch the Newcastle? We'll get to the Newcastle Spurs game soon, but they had Jacob Murphy on as one of the presenters for the Newcastle Spurs game. Also, having a current Newcastle player on to chat about a Newcastle game that's going on is an interesting decision.
They've
done that from time to time.
You mean Jamal?
Okay, Tom. Okay,
relax.
Tom. Not your friend.
Jacob Murphy.
Tough
Jacob Murphy was fucking
random
useless.
light-skinned black guy named there. Yeah. Okay, go on.
He was useless. He was a useless presenter. There was no point in having him there.
Oh, he wasn't good.
He was useless.
That sucks. Yeah.
Well, he's also like he's talking about his own team, so he's never gonna criticize them. Like, why would he ever criticize them? So he's offering nothing.
Well,
it's like a milquetoast kind of.
I've seen Company do it, and he was alright. Like it depends on the person.
No, it depends on like, are they talking about their own team as well?
No, it was Company was on City when
like,
he was injured.
They've had I've seen them have like Ben Mee on, but they didn't have him on when Brentford were playing. They had him on when like Brentford didn't have a game or he was injured or something, so they had him on for a different game. He was not bad.
I saw Glenn Murray, but I can't remember if Glenn Murray was still playing at the time when Arsenal were playing Brighton. But I can't remember if he had retired at the time. This was like a year or two ago.
I think he had left. He had left Brighton at least by that point.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right.
It is what
We're
it
getting
is.
off track. Let's bring it back on. We are so behind on time because it's been derailed. But Villa 1, Arsenal 0.
Yeah.
Completing the trifecta of suck.
Yeah, look at us.
This weekend.
Just Spider-Man memes were all pointing at each other. Yeah. I think 0 goals between us as well. And 1, 2, 3 conceded. Just beautiful symmetry.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah. I kind of had this game down as a loss, to be honest. It just felt like it was coming. I want to ask you guys something, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the Luton-Arsenal game at all?
Luton, Arsenal?
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the celebration when... Okay, so you wouldn't have seen the celebration is there when Arsenal scored the winner.
No.
Arteta starts jumping up and down, and he's about to go celebrate with his players. Carlos Cuesta, one of the assistant managers, holds him back and says, don't, they will put... I thought in the time, it was funny to me because I'm like, man, you can't even have any freedom of fear of being booked. I thought it was ridiculous. But he gets booked anyway, actually, despite the fact that he celebrates for like a second and they stop him from going anywhere. He steps like a yard outside his technical area. The referee gives him a yellow. Initially, it was called for excessive celebrating. It's been updated to he stepped outside his technical area. My question is, does that make any sense to you guys? Like, managers cannot celebrate winners anymore. Bearing in mind, I've had to watch Pep Guardiola do this to somebody today. Not today, like, who was it? Who did they play? They played Luton as well. And Pep, at full time, he was making fun of the opposition manager for, I don't know, crying about calls. Like, I think Arteta's being targeted. It's not, abnormal.
Get that hat on, baby.
The hat is on.
Hat on.
The hat is on. Arteta was charged, right, for his comments after the Newcastle game. They have not given him his verdict. It was 6 weeks ago, and
that's crazy. I did not realize they hadn't given him the verdict
think
yet.
they want to make sure he's not on the bench for Liverpool, for Arsenal-Liverpool coming up, because, maximum damage. I'm just looking, and then, there are the decisions in this game where Nketiah gets elbowed in the face, nothing.
I saw that, yeah.
The guy looks at Nketiah and goes, elbows him in the face, nothing. Referee doesn't see it. Somehow, they come and give a yellow card for that. And then there's the Kai Havertz goal. My thoughts on that.
You don't think... Okay, let me hear your thoughts on the goal. You don't think it was a handball?
I think that Matty Cash, was it Cash? It was Cash, right? He handles the ball twice. Right? Havertz handles it accidentally. Nketiah scores a rebound. I was under the impression that if you don't score the goal, you don't disallow it. The referee didn't see it. I'm telling you this. At the moment, listen, it's my club. So I know the cloud the club is under right now. Referees are delighted to just give any opportunity to give Arsenal punishment. They're like police officers. If you wrong a police officer, they will all come after you. Arteta has come out and said his piece, and he said it in his very Spanish way with his sarcastic accent and whatnot. And he's in the stands for this game. He'll be in the stands at Anfield. They're just trying to make sure he's taught a lesson. I promise you he didn't see it. Because if he saw it, he would have seen Matty Cash ball to hand to ball that goal twice. So how did he see that one and he doesn't see Havertz? Or what? He has selective vision. Yeah?
I don't know.
You didn't see
I
it?
was after seeing it, I was like, I have no issues with that one. Yeah.
So this game, Arsenal were a little bit shot shy in the box. Like, they were doing well until they'd get to around the 18-yard box, and then it was just not good from there. Like, Odegaard in particular had a couple of chances that he missed.
Yeah.
Martinez just knew where he was going. He was anticipating. Yeah.
He was cheating. He kept shifting over. And Odegaard and Saka as well didn't have the presence of mind to realize that needed the Mbappe finish, when keepers try and cheat and then he reverses it into the near post. I do think, I said, if not last week, maybe the week before, that we need an attacker, and it's games like this that make me feel like that. Martinelli and Saka are both 22. They're quite young, and on days like this you can see it. Martinelli should have scored earlier, early in the game. He tries to lift it over Martinez. It's a big chance, so I don't know. And he's not having a great season. So just having another forward of real quality to come into that group could make a big difference. But I don't know.
Havertz ain't it.
I love Havertz, man. No, don't do that. Havertz is our best player on the day. Don't do that. I love Havertz. We are happy with Havertz. Don't drag him down with your Chelsea nonsense. Havertz has been good for us.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
happy
been
for him.
good.
I'm happy that you guys didn't
He
waste
was
the money.
great.
Yeah.
He was great against Luton as well. Ever since he played that game for Germany at left back, the dude's a different player. I don't know what happened.
He doesn't want to play there ever again.
Yeah, he scored in that game, and he's just, I think he has either 4 in his last 6 or 7 games, for club and country. And he's been playing well. So, hey, if we can get the Leverkusen remontada for Havertz, hey, listen. Yeah.
I'm happy for him. Happy for him indeed,
Yeah.
Villa, though, they're up to third in the table. I think that's 15 straight wins at home. Not even just unbeaten. It's 15 straight wins. Mm-hmm. And they've added the 2 of the top 4 in the Premier League to that list over the course of a week. This is an unreal bit of form that they're in.
Yeah. I think it's a good bout. Villa always felt like a club that made sense for Unai in terms of stature. Mm-hmm. When you look at the clubs that he's really had a good impact with. I think they'll fall away to the Europa League spots as the season progresses. Although, who really, outside Arsenal, Liverpool...
Which of the teams down there have been consistent enough to actually catch up?
Because Newcastle...
United or not, Newcastle are injured to fuck and will occasionally get blown out.
I guess it's Spurs, really. They're the ones that you look at and think...
It's Spurs managed to hang in there and get Maddison and Van de Ven back.
Well, yeah, that's not... Anyway, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe there's a chance for that 4th place. I do think we're looking at 5th or 6th for them. But, yeah, he's doing fine work. I wasn't as impressed with their game against us. I thought they were fortunate to win that game. But you saw how they played against, admittedly, a depleted City. Yeah, we'll see where they finish off, especially when they go to the knockout rounds of the conference, the Europa Conference.
Yeah. We are struggling on time, so let's quickly move forward. Spurs beat Newcastle 4-1 on Sunday. Just absolutely slapped Newcastle, and boy, did I enjoy that.
Son was cooking, man. He cooked Trippier. How many times he cooked Trippier?
Oh my God, Trippier was so bad.
He was so bad.
It looked like old school Son actually playing wide, and the chicken man scored twice, Richarlison. Yeah, he scored twice.
Man,
he scored one with his feet. Yeah,
that's how bad Newcastle were in this game. And Richarlison scored twice,
and his finishing was still shocking in the game as well. He had so many chances. Oh my God, yeah, Richarlison.
Who was it? Dubravka on that one pass that came through the top. Richarlison has the worst touch, but Dubravka is just standing around come out. Or don't. Just I don't know.
And then for the Son penalty, he then cleans him out by coming out rashly.
Yeah.
It's they
need a keeper. They can't rely on Dubravka for the rest of the season.
De Gea's available. Ramsdale's, potentially up for sale.
Yeah.
There are keepers. I mean, look, Newcastle, they've run out. Those players must be, they must be gassed, man. We saw it against Everton. Like, the level they played at against United, I felt like this crash was coming. Because there's no way you can keep playing the same players over and over and over.
Finally, United broke a team.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
In the most United way possible. It broke a team by losing.
Yeah. Guimaraes and Joelinton, their passing was just terrible in this game. But
man, Joelinton, one of the least likable players in the league for me. Like, I just do not like him.
I like Joelinton.
Barring one.
I like Joelinton. The player I hate in that is Bruno Guimaraes. The guy is a sneaky little bastard. Like, he just goes around punching people, kicking people. Like, yeah, not a fan. The blonde brothers, the blonde twins, the two Brazilian. Who would have thought that Newcastle will have Brazil's midfield? Like,
yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I mean, no, the fact that this is now Brazil's midfield.
It's pretty nuts too.
And it's maybe that's why they're struggling and they're in
they're not doing well.
World Cup qualifying. Yeah.
There is no more joy in Brazil's midfield.
Nope.
It's just violence.
It's just blonde violence. Yeah.
I was really hoping that Spurs would have done me a favor and blown another win from our game from winning positions, but
the West Ham game was
Son crying midweek. It was enough for them. They couldn't handle their loss.
Yeah.
I'm glad they won this one. You know, they've been struggling the last few weeks, barring that. Of course, they take points off City and then just give up wins to everyone else.
You know what I noticed, Tommy? United fans really like Tottenham. I don't get why that is.
They're just look.
They never had a
despise
proper
Arsenal. I despise Chelsea. I despise City. I despise Liverpool. Tottenham are the only Big Six team that I don't actively hate. So I want them to do well because it normally means the other Big Six fans are kind of annoyed because no one else likes Spurs. We were never in direct competition with Spurs for anything because they were shit the entire time we were good. And when they had their couple of years that they were good, we were shit. So there's no direct competition. So there's just been no animosity that is fostered.
Yeah, fuck them. Honestly. I wish them all the worst. All the worst. Yeah.
Let's quickly move on to a team that I wish all the worst to. Palace 1, Liverpool 2, another late win for Liverpool. And Jordan Ayew fucked it. You see, Jordan Ayew has absolutely fucked it. A little piece of shit. Absolutely fucked this game for Palace by getting himself sent off. Rubbish player. Probably
he was
got what he
actually really good
this
game.
Shit.
That's just
he's really good at costing his team games.
I don't think that was a second yellow, personally. I don't think it's a cynical foul.
Why are you bringing someone down when you're on a yellow like that?
But come on.
Dumb. As a brain
a yellow card doesn't mean you can't foul a player. It means you don't dive into challenges. He's just trying to win the ball. It's a slight trip. It doesn't have to be a yellow card. I feel like it's too easy these days for referees to give penalties, to give red cards, to give game decision. Like every time they're deciding games. Liverpool would have lost this game. 100%. They were rubbish on the day. Palace battered them. And then the ref was just like, oh, okay, I'm going to make a difference here. I'm going to be the story. They're always a story, man. I'm tired of it. It's just like, just manage the game. Doesn't have to send him off. Not every foul is a yellow card. Use some common sense, right?
Yeah.
And then,
I will say...
foul's a yellow card if you're Jordan Ayew.
I will say that...
I'm aware. Mm-hmm.
I agree with the ref on this one.
Allison pulled off some pretty nice saves. The fact that he's back already...
Yeah, it's so annoying,
huge.
man. You saw Keller against Fulham, he was letting everything in.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was the one save in the...
They rushed Allison back a little bit. They're like, we need you, my friend.
Once Liverpool scored that equalizer,
it's like a minute afterwards as well. The guy, it could have been a penalty. Like, it's just panicking. Everyone's just slicing clearances. I can't remember who it is. Just crashes into the guy.
Oh yeah, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's just panic stations, and then Salah obviously
inevitable. It was inevitable that they were winning that one.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. I told you, Tommy, they're not going away, man. They have too many goals in this.
I'm starting to believe it because they're playing terrible
and they're winning games.
Wins.
Yep.
So what happens when they actually figure things out?
This is Liverpool. They figured it out. this is them. Matip's out for the season. It's just gonna be
Taka.
Taka.
Yeah, that's true. No defenders anymore. Eh?
Don't ask Klopp about signing defenders. He doesn't like that.
Well,
Yeah.
like,
Don't ask Klopp about anything in
Yeah,
fucking
he
interviews that he doesn't like, man. He bit a reporter's head off for making like some offhand joke about Liverpool playing.
Really
It is a bad joke because he had just lost Matip. He just lost Matip due to fixture congestion. I kind of get it. It's an insensitive joke, but it's just Klopp is just angry at everything these days, and he's angry with a smile. It's so like because the reporter thought he was joking, so he was still kind of being buddy until he realized, oh shit, he's serious. It's just, Klopp he's Klopp. Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Luton 1, Man City 2. City finally win after dropping points in 4 consecutive games. They beat Luton away from home. They had to come from behind to do it, but not very impressive in this one, in my opinion. They looked a little bit lost up front without Holland.
I mean, they had Rodri back, so it was inevitable they're going to win this game. Yeah, he's the key. Rodri's in the lineup, they're good. But, I mean, what did we do this game?
They have drawn a few games with Rodri in there.
Yeah,
but they don't lose.
They
don't
lose.
They
don't
lose is the
with
thing.
Rodri.
Yeah. All because of Rodri. Yeah.
City were dominant this game. They may not have been as free-flowing or whatever in front of net, but Luton had one chance. That's it. They scored out that one chance. That's all they did all game.
That's Luton, guys. Yeah. Like they're really tough to play at home. Like they're old school, but the bottom three is. I think the bottom three is all the teams that came up right now. Yeah, they're all going down. They're all rubbish, man.
Yeah,
it's the worst set of promotees ever. It's just rubbish. Yeah, can't wait for some proper teams to come back.
I will
probably
say
get Leicester back next year.
Yeah,
the way they're going.
Yeah, Leicester's killing the Champions League. I guess with Haaland being out, my vice captain Salah, I got all the points for Salah. Yes.
Man, I was so disappointed that Haaland was out. So I captained Salah, and everyone is just going to get him as their vice captain. Exactly. They're going to get the points, and I'm like,
no ground.
These people didn't work for it. They didn't work for it.
They didn't work for it. Okay.
A team that is working for it is Fulham. They beat West Ham 5-0. Their second consecutive 5-0 win at home. There were some great goals in this one too. Raul Jimenez popped up with 2 goals. Harry Wilson had a beauty.
Yeah, Jimenez scored twice. Or once.
Yeah, he scored twice in this one.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a game before he scored twice. But yeah.
Oh no, he only got one. There was 5.
Oh no, it was. I am confusing with the game before where he scored twice.
Yeah, but it was a big moment for him to score a header though. After the traumatic, he's got a goal now, and all of a sudden the goals are flowing. Always funny how that happens. So.
Always takes one.
Yeah,
it takes one sometimes.
Yeah, Fulham have looked. Yeah, like you said, 10 goals in 2.
Please take note, Rasmus Højlund. Please.
No, this happens to good players. Just good players. Højlund. Let's not talk. Don't bring this back.
Let's not go back. Yeah. Let's not go back.
They have a better goal differential than United as well. If we're gonna bring that.
They're above Chelsea.
And they're above
Chelsea. We want to go that route. They're above Chelsea. You want to play like this? I can play like this, Tommy. You're not the person that can make these comments.
Hey, we've scored the same amount of goals as Fulham. Yes.
Have they scored more than United?
United only have 18. Surely. They're like one of the worst.
We have not scored a lot of goals.
You have 18 goals this season?
That's it, yeah.
Jesus, how are you where you are? How are you where you are?
We ask that every week, man.
Nuts.
Every week, man.
You scored 18 goals this season. Wow. You are one of the worst in the league. Who scored less than you?
Yeah.
Just Luton.
This is what I've been saying. You don't listen to me when I say this.
Sheffield United. You should be at the bottom of the table. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay.
Should be us and United at 17 and 16, trying to avoid relegation. That's where it should be. Yeah. Anyhow. Good
back to Fulham. Who do they play next? Because I think they're Newcastle away next, so unlikely to score 5. But if there was ever a time to go to Newcastle away, it might be now.
Yeah. if those same 10 players are on the pitch for Newcastle, they're gonna be tired.
Newcastle have a big Champions League game midweek as well.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Who did they play
so
this?
You guys.
Tommy's just enjoying himself right now. I don't know how.
I don't have much to enjoy here.
Don't worry, Tommy. We won't have any midweek football very soon.
I gotta take it.
You might make Europa.
You might join you on the couch.
You might make Europa.
No. I don't want it. I want to. If we don't make the Champions League second round, just send us out. I don't want to deal with Europa. I don't need this in my life. I don't need more Man United in my life.
I think Newcastle in the same situation.
They're playing Milan, right?
Yeah, if PSG get any points, then I think PSG's through no matter what, right? Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. All right.
What's the next game?
We have Sheffield United beating Brentford 1-0. Chris Wilder is back. Paul Heckingbottom was sacked in midweek.
Great goal.
And yeah, lovely goal to get them this win. What does this do to them in terms of the standings? Well, it means that they are still 20th.
Yep.
Still 5 points from safety off a points deducted Everton.
It might mean they finish ahead of Burnley. It might mean that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Nah, maybe not. Just see the gap.
Maybe not.
I have to say,
there's just like not much
Wilder
in this.
Wilder has played. He's managed 2 games. They've looked good in both. Against Liverpool, they were pretty decent.
They were solid.
Yeah.
Like, they hung around.
Yeah.
No, he definitely seems more equipped to handle the situation than Heckingbottom did. But, yeah, it's a big win. Like, any points are good points for Sheffield. And, they'll take it. Brentford, bit out of form right now, but, I mean, when does Ivan Toney come back for them? January?
Yes.
They lost. Who got injured for Brentford? Was it Mbeumo?
Mbeumo is out injured, and he's been a large part of their attack.
He and Visa have been, they've been really good, and without one of them, it doesn't work.
Mbeumo is because Brentford have 23 goals this season. Mbeumo has been involved in at least 50% of them. I want to say in terms of goals and assists.
The big problem with that is that Mopai has to play. We have to see Mopai play when they're injured. So Tony has to come back. I don't want to see this guy play, man. So
they might sell Tony though. To either they're linking him to us, they're linking him to you. So we'll see. Yeah. They're safe.
Yeah. If they're in trouble with relegation, so are Chelsea. So
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have mirroring form as well in your last 4 games.
I saw that.
4 games.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right. It's almost a splitting image. It's crazy.
West London, man.
Look at us.
Surely.
Just look at us. Yeah.
Just there.
Yeah.
Burnley, who we just mentioned, managed to get a draw away to Brighton. That's a good point for them. It keeps them. They're still a point off Luton, still 5 off Everton, but it's better than losing. It's a point. I don't know.
Brighton are fully in hanging in there mode right now.
Yeah.
They're just, they're losing players. They're just really stretched midweek.
Yeah, and Ansu Fati is going to be out for a while.
Yeah.
As well. They're just running out of steam a little bit.
They dominated this game. It was kind of like Arsenal. They just couldn't. They could not find the goal. They had plenty of chances. I think they had 20, 30, 29 shots. They had 29 shots. So it wasn't for lack of effort that they didn't get the win. Yeah. But
good to see Company actually park the bus for once.
Yeah. There you go. You got what you wanted.
Maybe he's learning. Maybe he's finally learning.
Yeah. Took him long enough, but yeah.
And finally, we have Wolves 1, Nottingham Forest 1. It's a big point for Forest because there was a lot of talk in midweek about Steve Cooper possibly getting fired after they lost 5-0 to Fulham. The way he was being serenaded by the away end almost felt like they were saying goodbye. So to come back from that and get a point away to Wolves, who have, not so much on the table, but more in the performances have looked quite solid this season.
I don't know why you get rid of him. Why? Just So
it would not make sense to
they're
me.
not. They're not going down. They're just not going down.
They're not. They're not going to get a better manager than Steve Cooper.
Yep.
And he is the best manager they've had since Clough.
Clough, probably, yeah. What are they going to do? Get Lampard? Like, who's available right now?
Christ. If Frank Lampard gets another Premier League job.
Some of these guys keep getting... Are you seeing the work Rooney is doing in the Championship? Like, these ex-pros just get jobs, man.
Has he won a game?
I don't think...
He has won one or two, maybe. But it's like been 2 wins in like 8 games or something like that. It's not good. It's bad. Like, they sacked... Birmingham City sacked a manager that was performing well.
I don't get what happened.
I don't get what...
It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. Yeah, that's for the championship show that comes out soon.
What are you promising people? Have I not had enough technical difficulties today without trying to do a second show?
No, it just means when Chelsea's there next season, someone's got to cover it.
Yeah.
When Chelsea get hit with whatever charges they got. Roman Abramovich.
Chelsea and City in the championship would be fun. Yeah.
Brother, we would have to do a championship check-in every week.
Yeah, that's what it has
Tommy would be our championship correspondent. Yeah. Might actually win some games and have some fun. Yeah. I do like...
You know what?
Yeah. I do like Cunha for Wolves, though. Like, I think he's a really good player. Bringing it back to that.
Yeah.
I think he should be at a bigger club. But we'll see.
Yeah. And I was just having a look at the championship. Leicester and Ipswich are kind of just like running away, and then you kind of have Leeds
and Southampton,
hanging around in that area. So we're definitely going to see Leicester back for sure.
I hope Ipswich come up. It's been a while since they were in the Prem.
Are they good?
I
don't want to see more rubbish in the Prem. Are they good? Just a question. I haven't seen much of Ipswich. I've been hearing about their results, but
McKenna, the former United assistant, Kieran McKenna, I think, is in charge over there. If I'm not wrong, he's been doing well. Like they've liked him since he joined.
You know, Sunderland, of all teams that I haven't actually heard of in a long time, they're in 6th now in the championship. Point-wise, they're still kind of a ways away.
What do you mean you haven't? They made the championship playoffs last year.
Did they actually?
But Tommy wasn't afraid of relegation then.
I haven't been paying attention. Now I have.
They were
close.
Did
you not see Chelsea last
year?
They were close.
I know.
It was dicey
they
for
were
a
close.
bit.
Yeah.
Frankie did his best.
I was never worried last year. I'm more worried this year, But yeah.
Because you sold all your good players for better players, and they're not better. So
Well, wait till the next 500,000 in January, and we'll see what happens. Yeah.
I think Poch is going to get sacked before then, but
it's the easiest thing to do, right?
Who goes first, Poch or Ten Hag?
Ten Hag goes first for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been there longer.
He might be gone in 2 weeks. I don't think he's in January.
What Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday, the Bayern game at Old Trafford?
I haven't checked.
Yeah. Okay. So
I don't want to know.
After that,
I don't need to see this. I'm hoping it's on Wednesday because I have to be in the office on Wednesday and won't be able to watch it. So I'm hoping it's on Wednesday.
I just wondering who's at United right now that they could use as a caretaker, because Carrick's gone, right? He's in Netherlands managing.
Carrick is managing Middlesbrough.
He's in Middlesbrough. Okay. So who can caretake when Ten Hag gets fired on Wednesday?
Give it a Scholes.
Fucking put Maguire in charge.
Give it a Scholes.
Scholes caretaking.
No, I think the funniest possible thing is to put Maguire in charge. Player manager.
I think he wouldn't put himself on the field. Honestly, I think Maguire wouldn't put himself on the field. Yeah.
Well, Bruno will be gone for that game, right? You got him still suspended for that one, right? Against Liverpool.
Oh yeah, he's not playing against.
Liverpool.
He's not playing. That'll be fun.
It's gonna be fun. Be fun. I'm looking forward to next week's pod already. Do you think they'll score 7 again, or do you think they'll hit 10?
I think
it'll be 10-9. 10-9. 10-9. Liverpool game.
You tell you what, I would take that because that meant United scored
Tommy,
9 in the game.
18 goals all season. You think they're going to get half their tally in one game?
McTominay, man. He's going to score 9. He's going to score 9 goals, but he'll be at fault for the other 10 because he won't try. Whatever. Yeah.
If it's 10-9, like I will drive up to Kingston and I'll give you the money myself.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. 442. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you for joining me, Tommy. I'm
Yeah.
not thankful that either of you joined me, but you know.
Yeah, you're welcome. Cheers, guys. I can't say I enjoyed the games, but I'll take your company. Yeah.
Thank you for joining me, Tony.
Yeah, good stuff. So always enjoyed the chat, boys.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see if I see you next week. Bye-bye.